got to add muscle. I mean, historically, no one has really ever done it very well. I guess the only one that has ever done it in MMA well is Amanda Nunes. And let's be honest, like the competition at 45 wasn't that great. It's even hard to do it in boxing, like to go up, down, up, down. That's why what Serrano does is really impressive. She's at 126, she's at 35. She's at 26, she goes down to, 15. I mean, it's kind of crazy. But no one really has done it very well. So he says he wants to go back to 45 and defend it there, but they'll have a predicament on their hands. And you would hate to see his success trajectory, whatever it is, get halted because of, just weight and how weird it is on your body to go up and down. He's already in the conversation for greatest featherweight champion of all time, right? I think that's fair. You win this, you stop Islam, and then you actually successfully defend the titles a couple of times at 55 and 45, which is something Conor never did. Yeah, he's in that conversation. Never lost in the UFC. I mean, this will go a very long way, and I can assure you, if he pulls this off, the crowd is going to go so crazy, the same way they went crazy in Cleveland for Stipe, the same way they went crazy for Conor in Ireland, the same way they went crazy for Paddy in London. You get the point? He will come across on Monday, if he wins this, to the rest of the world like an even bigger deal. He will get more attention in his home country, more media coverage, more love around the world. It'll be a great thing. And can I just throw something out there? And I'm not that guy. I said I felt something in my bones regarding Leon Edwards and Kamaru Usman. Was I on an island for that one? I mean, a lot of people weren't saying that. Same feeling. That same feeling. When the going gets tough, I'm betting on Alex Volkanovski. When the going gets tough, that guy, no one outworks that guy. He is so smart. He never strays. He never does dumb things. He's been caught, right? Remember Ortega? I mean, Ortega was seconds away from none of this being a reality. He's been caught. He's been put in tough spots. But fucking hell, like the guy digs down deep.
There is a huge difference when it comes to the grappling of both of these guys. And I'm taking nothing away from Alexander. He's good, but he's not great in those areas, where Islam is great in those areas. And when you have someone like Islam who physically is bigger, he is physically stronger, no matter what anyone wants to say about, Volkanovski's gotten stronger and bigger and all that stuff. Putting on that 10 pounds is not going to change that. It just doesn't happen that way. So I have a bigger, stronger fighter who has got a clear advantage when in his strength of taking someone to the ground, controlling their body, making them work. And now Volkanovski, I don't think is going to get tired. I don't think he's going to get tired. But I think that as the tide is starting to come in, he's going to find that he's getting deeper and deeper into a water that he's having to work harder within to just survive that. And it's just styles of fights and the way they are. Look, I could be wrong, but I don't honestly. If he gets out of the third round of this fight, he's a winner.
I said maybe even pushing to get out of the second round would be hard for him. But I believe Volkanovski will have a great game plan in that first round. And I also think that Islam's going to fight composed. He's going to wait for the fight to develop in front of him. He's not going to chase after him. He can't afford to chase after him, because if he leaves himself open with Volkanovski's speed and accuracy on his striking, he could end up getting caught. I don't see that happening. I see him taking the center of the cage.
John. The length is going to cause a problem for Volkanovski too, because there is a sizable difference.
Yeah.
In the length of both of these guys.
There is.
And so Volkanovski's got to be the guy that crushes that space and comes inside to land his shots.
When you have a guy who's a major global superstar, it's always great when he comes back. You know what I mean? He's become one of those guys. He's like The Rock. You know what I mean? The Rock is out doing his business deals and doing all this stuff. And when he comes back to the WWE, it's a big deal and everybody gets excited about it. I mean, that's really how Conor's become for us. So for him to come back, he's coaching the Ultimate Fighter with Michael Chandler. And it's the first time that ESPN has ever had the Ultimate Fighter on the network. It's been on ESPN Plus. So The number one pound for pound fighter in the world fighting the number 2 pound for pound fighter in the world, and they're both world champions. Volkanovski's moving up to take Islam's title. It just doesn't get any better than this. These are the fights that boxing always wishes they could make, but never does. 2 guys who are the absolute best in the world in their prime fighting when they should. And you have to have those fights to turn somebody into a real superstar.
There is not a question. I am the smartest guy in MMA. That's a fact. I think we agree on that. But one of those things that you've got to observe is Michael Chandler. Because what's he doing now, guys? What is different about Michael Chandler? Michael Chandler was always really good. Michael Chandler could always close out a show, and he could always be the marquee, and he could always be the main event, and he was always going to be a threat for anybody, and it was always going to be ranked top 3 in the world. All of those things are still true, but they were already true. What is he doing different now? Because Michael Chandler, while having beautiful placement on cards, was not a star. But he was not sought after by sponsors and promoters, or even by you guys. He could walk down the street, he's not going to have to worry about a mob. None of those things are true now. He is absolutely a top 5 biggest star in the sport. The same sport that he's been in for years. As a matter of fact, one thing different when Chandler wasn't over with the audience was his record was a hell of a lot better. So how does a guy with a few more years and a few more scratches, a few more losses, and one hell of a career change? I mean, but are you paying attention to it? Because it's something beautiful. It really is. And Chandler walks a fine line of entertaining, confident, with arrogance. It's a tough one. It's a real tough one. And he just barely falls on the correct side of it. I have watched him in interviews where he is a split hair from losing everybody. But he never does it. He's having fun, and it shows. That's the secret to Daniel Cormier. Some people will tell you Daniel Cormier is the greatest announcer in our sport. He might be. Some people will tell you that. How could that be? Is he using words that the rest of us don't use? Is he wearing an outfit that the rest of us don't wear? How could that be? Daniel Cormier's secret sauce is he shows you that he's having fun.